Hello, everyone. How are you? My name is Smell the Roses. Welcome back. This is Wilted Roses Wednesday, and I have an icebreaker here for you guys. So, what's up, the Genius CEO? I see you in the chat as Adam because you are first. Happy to have you, sir. Happy Wednesday. Um, I have a cute little icebreaker before we start the show to get this show started. Of course, we're going to be talking about three subjects, okay? The three subjects that we'll be discussing is YG, Chrisean Rock, and Bryan Kohberger. All of these people have something in common right now. The thing that they have in common is that people assume that they are deleters, or in some cases, serial deleters. Um, you thought I would have left y'all hanging? No, of course not. It's the end of the summer. I've gotten all my chores done. The kid is ready for back to school, so I'm back to my regularly scheduled program. Triple, have some faith in me, okay? But I have an icebreaker for today, okay? And so I'm glad to see you, Triple. Happy Wednesday. To those in the chat, okay? I wanted to think of something. Okay, so I thought of something that would gel all of us together. And hold on one second. Let me I'm sorry, I'm back. I had to adjust my dog. He was being bad. Okay, so I have a song, or I thought that music would bring us all together, right? Because it's something that we all have in common. So, by generation, all right, the silent generation, we're going to talk about degenerate music. Okay, remember when y'all were dragging Young Miami earlier this month? Trick Daddy, he was defending her, but everybody and their mama was coming after Young Miami for that Spend It song, or Scamming song. I can't remember what the song is. I mean, I didn't listen to it, but y'all were dragging her for degenerate music. So I went ahead and pulled all the degenerate music by generation. Okay. So songs that scandalized parents in the 1950s and 60s. All right. Now I know I have some 1950s and 60s people listening to me right now. Okay. I know what my demographic is. Okay. Because YouTube tells me y'all had some really scandalous shit back in your day. Okay. You had songs like, well, let's just say Ray Charles, What I Say. That was pretty scandalous for the 1950s and 60s, wouldn't you think? Or what about Little Richard? Y'all remember Little Richard? Y'all remember him? Remember that song, Tutti Frutti? Tutti Frutti. Y'all remember that? That was pretty scandalous and pretty degenerate back in the day. Okay. So those were two songs from the 1950s and 60s. Okay. Y'all had Ray Charles, What I Say, and y'all had Little Richard, Tutti Frutti. Okay. Pretty sketchy, pretty sketch. And then the baby boomers. I know I got some of y'all in here too. Y'all had some pretty degenerate music. Okay. So the baby boomers are the 1960s through the 1970s. You guys had Donna Summer. Y'all remember her? Y'all know who Donna Summers, who she is. Love to Love You, baby. Uh-huh. I wish I could play these songs as I talk through them, But Love to Love You Baby by Donna Summer. Marvin Gaye, Let's Get It On. Y'all remember that? Let's get it on. Y'all, that was pretty degenerate. If you think about the song, the lyrics, and then maybe you think about who he was singing it to, but I don't know. And then what about Rod Stewart? This one was good because my mom used to listen to Rod Stewart. Tonight's the Night. Pretty, pretty, pretty degenerate. Okay. Pretty degenerate. So in the 1950s and 60s, y'all had Little Richard Tutti Frutti. Y'all had Ray Charles, What I Say. Okay. And y'all remember the movie. Y'all remember what was going on when he was making them songs. Okay. Pretty degenerate. Again, baby boomers, you guys in the 1960s and 70s, you guys had Donna Summer, Love to Love You Baby. You had Marvin Gaye, Let's Get It On, and then Rod Stewart, Tonight's the Night. Pretty degenerate. Okay. So the silent generation and the baby boomers, you know, they shouldn't be scratching their head. They shouldn't be scratching their head when they see our degenerate music, right? Because they like started this shit. All right. Now, Generation X. This is the 1980s through the early 1990s, we'll say. Okay. What's up, Sentiment? What's up, Cases and Cam? What's up? Hey, Jeff. It's good to see you. What's up, Rev, Dr. JC? It's good to see you. Happy Wednesday. We're talking about degenerate music right now, okay? And we're in Generation X, which is the 1980s and the 1990s. Now, I think I saw Cases and Cams in the chat a little earlier. You were right here. I can only imagine what you were doing back in the 80s and the 90s. But we had Two Live Crew, Me So Horny. I mean, that takes the cake for degeneracy. Okay, I was born in 81. I didn't listen to Two Live Crew because my dad would have he probably would have just died if he would have saw me listening to that or heard me listening to that. I really wasn't into Two Live Crew, but I was into NWA, and that's the next person on the list for the 1980s and 90s. NWA's F the Police. That was pretty degenerate. Okay. And then Prince, Darling Nikki. So we had some pretty degenerate music back in the 90s and 80s and 90s. Okay. We also had Sir Mix-a-Lot. Y'all remember him? Baby Got Back. Yeah. So, so then to end this off, we're going to start with the millennials. That was the 90s through the 2000s. They had Nelly's Tip Drill, which happens to be one of my favorites. Okay. If you know me from SBC, then you know that I would love to call out Tip Drill because Gavin has that Tip Drill drop, and I just love that Tip Drill drop. So they had Nelly, they had Lil Wayne, Lollipop. That was pretty degenerate for the 1990s and the 2000s. Yin Yang Twins, the Whisper Song. Hold up, little mama, let me whisper in your ear. Y'all remember that? Could y'all hear me? What's up, CEO? Let me whisper in your ear. No, degenerate. Okay. And you know, they do have the Little John and the East Side Boys on this list, but they're my guys. Love them to death. So we're not going to say that Get Low is degenerate. That's just pretty much like a song, you know, like Get Low, Get Low. What's up, Bobby Vegas Gaming? Welcome to my icebreaker. Okay. And then for Gen Z had some pretty scandalous. I compare Gen Z to the 1990s. I mean, to the 1980s and stop, Winston. No, I compare Sit down, Winston. No. No. Sorry, guys. He just will not leave me alone. He wants to eat this paper. But I compare the millennials to the 1980s and 90s. Okay. The millennials, listen to what they have. I'm sorry, Gen Z, not the millennials, Gen Z. The 2010s, which is my son being in here very loud right now. He was born in 2010. Okay. And so the 2010s through today is Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion, WAP, Sexy Red's Pound Town, and Nicki Minaj's Anaconda, Megan Thee Stallion's Thought Shit, and Doja Cat's Paint the Town Red. So we've all had some degenerate music. Nobody's innocent from music degeneracy. So when people try to tell you about your generation, that your generation is just so much more degenerate than theirs, remind them that they had degenerate songs in their generation as well. Okay. Milkshake. My milkshake brings all the boys to the yard. I mean, degenerate or accurate? I mean, degenerate though? I wouldn't say goodies. Sentiment. She's saying, not my goodies, not my goodies. Like, listen to the hook and the chorus. You have to blend them in. It's a song. She says, not my goodies, not my goodies. Yeah. So come again, sentiment. Come again. I'm just playing. Yeah, Genuine. Yes, he should have been on the list. Yes. The lyrics of the song are, if you're, HORNY, let's do it. Ride it. My pony, that's degenerate. So you're right. I give you that one. Sentiment. Sierra was saying, not my goodies. I don't understand. How can you say that about her? Goodness, you're so hardcore. Hey, Delancey, good to see you. Happy Monday, or Wednesday, rather. It's Wilted Roses Wednesday. Okay, let me get this shit on the run because my dog is already going crazy. I'm going to be playing some videos today, and we are going to discuss them. I won't be playing the videos in their entirety, but I will be playing a bit of those videos and giving commentary as we discuss the topics that I said we would cover today. Today's topics are going to be about Chrisean Rock, YG, and Bryan Kohberger. Okay. All of these three people have something in common right now. And the thing that they have in common, unfortunately, is that people are accusing them of deleting people. Okay. In Bryan Kohberger's case, he's already been convicted of the serial deletions, but now he's decided that he wants to try to overturn his guilty verdict and go for another trial. Okay. So his case is a little bit different, but for YG and Chrisean Rock, it was kind of like, what? When I heard that what was going on the internet streets, I was like, well, what the hell did YG do? So the videos that I'm going to use today are from other content creators. They are, number one, the first video that we'll cover is the one on YG. That one is from content creator or creators called The Family. I believe they are out of LA, which is why I picked their video to showcase today. He sounds like he has a West Coast accent. So if I misspoke on that, I'm sorry, The Family, but we're going to cover one of your videos today. So without further ado, let me remove this and add this to the stage and switch myself over here. Okay, so like I said, this video is from the family. All the videos that we cover today are going to be linked in the description of this video so that you guys can go back and give the content creators a like, either subscribe to their channel or share this video with someone in your family who you think would benefit from the life lesson, okay? Because this, I mean, if you can't learn from this about who to hang out with, who not to hang out with, yeah, that would be the best thing to walk away when you watch a video like this. But if you know, YG is a rapper out of the West Coast, California. He is in a gang, so there's a bit of rap culture, gang culture involved in this story. A lot of us my age, you know, I don't really follow what's going on in rappers' lives outside of my own city. So when I heard about YG being questioned in relation to the deletion of another rapper, I think it was about 2 or 3 years ago, I was like, oh my God, you know, like, didn't he make a song about this person? So if you don't know the history, I picked this video because I really didn't know the history of like why he would be someone that they would want to question for the deletion of someone else. So I feel like this is a good video to kind of explain to us like the history of YG and this rapper and why he could be potentially a suspect in this crime, even though there is not that they right now it's only, you know, he hasn't been arrested and he hasn't been charged. He's only been questioned in relation to a stabbing that resulted in someone passing away. And that someone is a rapper by the name of Draco. Okay, so here we go.
Going out there doing no rap this and shit, cause like if it's smoke, it's really smoke with us. We ain't playing, you know?
The gram. I thought that if I dissed you, it'd give me some more fans. Bro, I'm truly sorry. Why you RP my friend?
We ain't doing none of that weird shit for nothing, for the rap. No, we not on none of that. Nigga, we trying to make hits. We gonna move around, nigga, get rich, nigga, and have fun, nigga. All that rap beef and all that shit. We not rap beefing. We really beefing. The homies.
He's a rapper, but I made his hip rock and roll. Cold devil, I'm walking through here with chinchillas on. They gonna drop you.
Going on, they're like, yo, this is crazy. Like people are just rooting for you. You know what I'm saying?
There's a lot of people who wasn't a lot of people who wasn't rooting for me.
Who wasn't rooting for you? I'm not saying to say names, but like who? Like
the older dudes.
Okay, so this guy right here is Draco, and he has passed away. Okay, he had a concert one night. He got into a scuffle. They were able to separate peacefully for a minute, and then another fight broke out, and that is where he was apparently he was stabbed there, and those wounds ended up causing him to pass away. Okay, and in this interview, he's being interviewed, and he is basically kind of alluding to YG being the older heads that are hating on him in the industry, so to speak, when he says that not everybody was happy for him. Okay, so this is kind of like, yeah. And in the beginning, when we started this, YG was saying, we don't rap beef. We don't rap beef. We beef in real life. So if it's not rap beef and you beef in real life, and this person is passed away after he made a diss song about you, a month later, he's deleted. You see why people might assume that you would have something to do with it by the way that you're talking, So this is what I'm saying. It's like who you hang out with, it matters. It matters because like you can speak things into existence. Like
the people that have been in the game for a minute.
You talking about LA rappers?
Yep.
Well, a man is reported dead after being stabbed at a concert in Exposition Park last night. TMZ is reporting the victim was rapper Draco the Ruler.
Fam, it's July 23rd, 2026. In a few hours from me doing this video, the rapper YG is supposed to be preparing to take the stage against fellow Compton rapper The Game in a highly anticipated versus battle. But just a few hours before the event, the attention shifted away from the stage and towards a homicide investigation that has remained unsolved for more than 4 years now. See, earlier this morning, LAPD reportedly detained YG while executing a search warrant connecting to the December 2021 killing of Draco the Ruler. YG was detained. At this time, that does not mean he was arrested, charged, or even proven responsible for Draco's death. But after years of accusations, diss records, street tension, and unanswered questions, investigators showing up at YG property naturally caused people to ask, what changed now? Why are authorities revisiting this case more than 4 years later? Did something finally happen behind the scenes that finally caused investigators to act? Before we go any further, check this out.
Okay, so what we're seeing is YG talking to investigators. That is what TMZ is out there in LA. You know, they get all the gossip and all the news. So this is what they're out there capturing. It's just showing YG, you know, out there talking to the police. I'm going to skip through this a little bit. He's going to walk off with them. It's like, okay.
And once again, that was the footage reportedly showing YG being detained while authorities carried out a...
So he's just detained, okay? He was just detained and questioned. Of course, he's saying he has nothing to do with this. He didn't do it. He doesn't know who did it. He just wants to make money and rap is what he's saying, okay?
Search warrant. We still have to be careful about the language we use, fam. A detention is not an arrest, and a search warrant is not a conviction. And investigators looking into somebody does not automatically mean they believe that person personally committed the crime. But this situation did not begin today. The tension surrounding Draco and the people connected to YG's circle has been building for years before Draco was attacked backstage.
Okay, so it's a beef, but it's kind of like it was like it was just like two cliques not really vibing with each other. You know what I mean? And then as one was getting more traction in the game, you know, and then, you know, they're going to explain it better than I can, but it was definitely kind of bad blood before the deletion. They were already getting at each other. Like he's already sitting down during the interview right here, speaking on YG, but not saying his name, but clearly referencing him.
There was an interview where YG made it clear that he did not want Draco's name mentioned around him. There was Draco refusing to sign with DJ Mustard, and Mustard helped introduce him to a larger audience. There were diss records, neighborhood politics, and claims involving the shooting of YG outside a recording studio. Then Draco released another song directly disrespecting YG. Just 1 month later, Draco was killed. Today we're gonna walk through this entire story. Who Draco the Ruler was, how he became one of the most original rappers in California, his connection to YG and DJ Mustard, the tension that developed between the two sides, the interview where YG warned people not to mention Draco, the diss record Draco released afterwards, and the allegations Draco made concerning YG being shot, not to mention, in the newly released album, YG addressed everything, his involvement or not.
So the thing is, maybe YG felt like he needed to get at Draco for making fun of him being shot, or maybe he felt like Draco had something to do with the fact that he was shot. I don't know. It just sent me down a rabbit hole, and I thought that this video was kind of cool, like explaining both sides.
And the night Draco was surrounded by a massive backstage crowd and fatally stabbed before he could perform. But before we go over this one, I want you guys to remember, I don't give you no angle. I just give you the story. So with that being said, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. We're gonna jump right to it.
Hey, listen, if you ever wish payday came sooner, this might actually help.
Okay,
it's a banking app called Current with a bunch of useful tools. And one of the main tools lets you act.
I have to get your sponsors on.
Now they give
Was that a song that you felt it was necessary and the timing was right now?
Yeah, no, for sure. Like, yeah, it was necessary for sure, and the timing was for sure right now, because it's like too many people was like, it's just too much going on, like, and you know, I'm like street all the way, law, live by it, so it's like, it's certain things like you don't even speak on, you know what I'm saying? You don't talk, you know, so that's what took me so long to just say anything, because like nobody talking about that, like they don't even, there's certain things like you don't even talk about.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If you ain't involved in it or whatever, it's like you don't even talk about that. So, but it's like I'm only finna take so much, you know what I'm saying? People saying whatever, family tapping in, like all this, and it's like, nah, bro, like.
So this is the thing, right? If you didn't delete anybody, and you know that the whole world is thinking that you deleted somebody, what's the problem in just saying you didn't do it? I don't get it. It's like, on one hand, you kind of want the speculation because you feel like it's good for your career. But that person who got deleted is connected to a whole family that wants answers and wants to know why their child, their brother, their father was deleted. It's like automatically, if I'm connected to something that's bad, I want to fix it right away. Like, oh my God, like I did that? No, if I did, let's get this squared away. A month after he disses you and the man winds up dead, and the whole world is thinking that you had something to do with it, and you don't say anything for years or a year or so. I just think that that's grossly negligent for your own future well-being. If you didn't have anything to do with it, say it and separate yourself from it right away. Letting people speculate and letting conjecture just run wild in the public eye these days is kind of dangerous. Yeah, I agree, sentiment. I agree.
Nah, I gotta say something.
Did you feel like that's the song where I'm going to address this once and everything is in there?
Oh yeah, for sure. For sure. And it was like, I'm finna say something, but it's the Gentleman's Club. I'm gonna be very respectful,
Fam, that was an interview that YG did just 3 weeks ago on the Big Boy radio show. He addressed the recent music he put out, a song that he also dedicated to Draco's murder, where he adamantly denies his involvement. For those who wondering who is Draco the Ruler, real name Darrell Caldwell, was born December 1993. He grew up in the Westmount section of South Los Angeles, an area surrounded by poverty, violence, and multiple long-standing gang territories. Draco barely knew his father. His mother, Darlene Carnell, worked as a preschool teacher and raised her children under difficult financial circumstances. Draco reportedly told people that his family was one of the poorest families on the block. But even when he was only 4 years old, he would tell anybody willing to listen that one day he was going to be rich. His early life was far from easy, according to journalists.
That's so sad. His mom was a teacher. Oh, CEO. You say he dressed like he going to a funeral. I mean,
Jeff Wise, Draco was arrested at 12 for taking $1 from a tip jar. At 15, while he was still a freshman in high school, he was struck during a drive-by shooting. The shooters were never caught. After that incident, Draco reportedly began carrying a firearm because he believed he needed it to protect himself. But that led to more problems: juvenile detention, burglary allegations, gun cases, and repeated contact with law enforcement. But music...
I could not imagine that my son is getting into all this trouble in a neighborhood and I just stay there and keep hoping for the best, and the best never comes. Like, he goes to jail at 12 for stealing $1 out of the tip jar of some restaurant. Okay, maybe I can overlook that. But then at 15 or 14, he's getting shot in a drive-by shooting? I'm moving the hell up out of there. And I know I have friends that are out there from LA. They tell me that most of their properties are inherited through family and they don't want to let their properties go and they want to maintain the family homes. And I understand that, but you rent that motherfucker out and move to a state or a city in California where there's no violence and nobody like shooting up the neighborhood and shooting your kid. I have lived all around the world. If I feel like if I'm not safe here, I know I can go to other places and be safe or safer. You know, I guess nothing is safe these days, but at least I'd be safer.
Eventually gave him another direction. Friends around Draco believed that he had a gift. With every freestyle, his sound became more original. Then in 2015, Draco gained serious attention after releasing Mr. Get Dough.
But I'm not pops on my knots. Mr. Get Guap, that's Mr. Get Dough, aka Mr. Mose. Walking.
Now DJ Mustard had
I like
produced
that
record. That was his beat. That record would also connect him at that time to two major names in Los Angeles. DJ Mustard, as you saw in the video, and YG. The YG and DJ Mustard connection, according to reports about Draco's career, YG brother helped bring Draco's music to DJ Mustard's attention. At that time, Mustard was one of the most successful producers in the industry and helped develop the sound behind several of YG's biggest records. Mustard supported Draco and helped introduce him to a wider audience. Draco's 2016 project, I Am Mr. Mosley, was presented by Mustard and helped establish Draco as one of the hottest rising artists in Los Angeles. But the relationship didn't last. Draco reportedly refused to sign with Mustard's record label. For Draco, ownership was independence, and that was extremely important to him. He didn't want another person controlling his music, his publishing, or his finances. That decision would become a major part of his identity. However, some people also view Draco as a possible replacement for YG within Mustard's musical system. YG and Mustard had already experienced problems in their own working relationship. Now Mustard was supporting another Los Angeles street rapper with a completely different sound. Whether anybody intended or not, comparisons started being made. Draco was younger. His music was spreading throughout the streets, and some listeners began saying that he represented the next generation of Los Angeles rap. Draco's relationship with Mustard eventually ended after he refused to sign, but the connection between Draco, Mustard, and YG had already been established, and soon the situation would grow beyond music.
So how'd you end up hooking up with Mustard?
We all knew the same people. Like, I used to fuck with them, like the homie I was on the case when we killed. We used to put the back in the day when they had pushes and all the jerkins and all that. When it was Tab Third and Filthies and all this other shit. When all them used to like back in the jerking days and YG, they used to wear skinny jeans with the fucking shoestring and all that shit. So I was with them. I was with his brother too, Cam. This one Mustard was DJ and skating rings like that, before everybody blew up. So I've been.
Oh, that's really sweet. You know, I remember who used to, DJ at the skating ring and, it's good when people's dreams come true. I'm very proud of DJ Mustard. His catalog is stellar. Okay. He does great work, sad though, that this young man here has passed away and he's no longer with us. I wonder how many interviews DJ Vlad has where the young man or the rapper that he interviewed is no longer with us. I wonder, does he have something on his page that commemorates all of the people that he's done interviews with that are now since passed from violent deaths? Yeah, I'm sure it is a lot. This is sad. He's very talented.
Knew them though, but I wasn't rapping. They was doing they took off and all that. So but everybody LA, everybody know the same people. So, I guess they reached out because the kid was they was fucking with him. He was from pushes, all that. So they reached out to him oh yeah, what's up with you? But they don't even know he used to tell them y'all remember him? He used to be around all the time, So we did the song, he remixed it. I put RJ on the song, and then it took off. I didn't think it was gonna be like that though. I was just all right, whatever. I did the song, people like it. I didn't think it was gonna be all right, now this is a stamp. Now I can move on from here. But yeah.
Okay, and that's Mr. Get Dough.
Yeah, Mr. Get Dough.
Right, and that was
So originally it was just you.
Yeah, it was just me and
then,
Ketchup.
Right.
Ketchup is great.
And then Mustard did the remix.
Yeah.
And he put RJ on it. That's it?
And Choice.
And Choice, okay.
All right, and Choice.
Got it. I mean, that song today is at 7 million views on YouTube.
Yeah, 7 million.
Yeah, plus all the other platforms.
Yeah, all that was like that.
I mean, 7 million views on your own, you know? Would you have signed with DJ Mustard? If you got your own clout like that, you got 7 million views, you know, like I don't think I would sign with Mustard either. I got my own flavor, you know, like why sign with you? Why can't we just work together? Like you bring what you bring, I bring what I bring, you keep what you make, I keep what I make. Like why do I need to be your artist? Especially these days, like especially with Chat GPT. You A&Rs and movie producers and music people, y'all be careful out here because now people can feed these contracts into Chat GPT. They don't even need lawyers. They don't even need lawyers. They just need Chat GPT, a computer, and an upload button. And that contract, that filthy fucking contract that you're trying to get them to sign will be disseminated in Chat GPT or Claude or whatever. Like, be careful. Thank you. What now, 23G? Thank you for the $4 donation. I appreciate you. Flowers to you back. Flower power, flower power. Let me play this for you before we go back to the video. Thank you for the super chat. Okay, but no, thank you very much. What now, 23G? I appreciate you so much for your generous donation to the Rose Garden. Right, all the more reason to do good business, right? Yeah.
So then you signed under Mustard?
I didn't sign.
Nah?
Nah, I was just fucking with him, like.
Okay.
Just fucking around, doing music and shit. But after that, like, I don't know, like my brother and everybody was like, I don't know, maybe they seen something that I didn't see back then. So, like, everybody used to just be like, nah, just wait, like, don't do nothing right now. Like, just wait, like, you got your own thing. Like, you might not see it right now, but, like, your shit is different, bro. Like, you got other shit, like, just wait. Like, so, I don't know, like, shit started getting weird. Like, I don't know, like, I guess I didn't want to sign. So then that's, I guess, when, like, people from his group and shit, like, guess they was mad at me because I didn't want to sign. So.
Okay, before we talk about what he's saying here, thank you so much, Joe Blaze 1000 for the 30 jewels. I got some jewels, y'all. Thank you. Thank you so much. Oh, and thank you, Sentiment, for my jewels. I appreciate you. 100. And I got 30 flower jewels, and I got 2 100 jewels, I think. I can see the notification on this end, but I'm not watching it on YouTube. So I'm going to see them on the replay. Thank you very much, fellas, for my jewels. I appreciate you so much. What's up, Red Lipstick Vibes? It's good to see you. Hearts to you. Hearts to you. Yes, it's good to see y'all. So this is really sad. So what is Draco the Ruler saying here? He's saying that things got weird between him and DJ Mustard because after Mustard tried to sign him and Draco wanted to keep the relationship the way it had been, where they were just working with each other without any kind of contract in place. And then once Draco decided that he didn't want to sign the contract, he said it got weird between him and DJ Mustard.
It started getting weird. Like, it started coming to, like, pull up at the studio session. oh, we got whoop-de-whoop in here today. Like, you know, come back another day. I started seeing the weird shit that was going on. And it's just like, I was like, you know what, I'm going to just part ways. Because, like, if a nigga came for me because, like, just to fuck with me genuinely, then I'm not finna fuck with you. Like, it shouldn't have to be like, oh, if you don't want to sign, then all right, fuck you type shit. Like, that shit, I don't know. So I started doing my own shit after that. Like,
Okay.
Yeah, it didn't last that long.
All right, because your first mixtape, I Am Mr. Mosley.
Yeah.
Did that come out under the 10 Summers label or no?
I mean, it didn't come, I don't think it came out under that. I know he put it on there, like,
Yeah.
but not that I know of.
Okay, yeah.
Like,
Yeah, that part's kind of confusing.
Yes,
I was trying to figure that
Yeah,
part out. Okay.
that's the other thing too. That is like, you know, when you're doing business, nothing should be confusing. There shouldn't be anything confusing about my contract with AutoClore. You know, when I had a restaurant, I had a dishwasher. I love that dishwasher. I wish I had that dishwasher right now. Okay, it was the most amazing dishwasher I've ever had in my life. Okay, but it's an industrial dishwasher for a restaurant, and I had a contract with AutoClore. Like that made sense. Like I needed them to do maintenance on my dishwasher monthly because things would fall down in certain places I couldn't get it out of. You know, it would jam or my door wouldn't shut right or all kinds of stuff happen. But there's a mutually beneficial relationship. Just because Draco didn't want to sign an actual contract, it shouldn't have soured the relationship with DJ Mustard because there were still ways for them to make money together. You know, like I don't understand why a contract would be necessary if you already have a good working relationship with someone, unless it is just in order to have them under your thumb and to like rape their bank account or their ability to make money with you by their side. So it's like once you work with someone and you don't have a contract in place, of course it would sour the relationship a little bit if now all of a sudden you acting funny with me when it's time for me to come into the studio because I ain't signed a contract. Like, I get that, but I feel like with business, it should be what both people want it to be. And it should be clear and it should be comfortable. And if it's not clear and it's not comfortable and it's starting to get muddy and convoluted, I would do the same thing Draco did. I would leave. You don't need to tell me you don't want to fuck with me no more. Once I start seeing certain weird stuff going around that never started before I told you I didn't want to sign a contract, cool, I'm out of here, bro. I can see the writing on the wall. I can read in between the lines that you not messing with me no more because I won't sign this contract. And that should reinforce to me why I should never sign a contract because look at what it's doing. So I think that's so unfortunate. Mustard should have just honored the relationship, how the relationship started, and figured out another way for them to comfortably make music and money together. Everything doesn't have to be one way or the highway. It's just, you know, because you guys end up coming back around again. If you're both good in your craft, you're always going to keep coming back around the same group of people. Like I do marketing and communications and public health, and every single time, even though, you know, I'm working for a different company or my friend goes to a different partner, we come back around, we see each other again, you know, and sometimes it's mutually beneficial. Sometimes it's like, you know, what you're doing can't help me right now, so I keep you away. But when we are doing something that we can mutually benefit from, then we'll work together. No problem. Like that's how it should be. So I totally, I understand why Draco wanted to get away. To me, his story kind of reminded me a little bit of Chameleonaire, but Chameleonaire had signed a contract. And kind of figured out how to like never honor it or honor it and get the hell out of it and never look back to music again, you know? And I kind of like, that's what I was envisioning as I was hearing the story about Draco. I was thinking about Charlemagne, not Charlemagne, but Chameleonaire.
So you drop your first mixtape, Your first official mixtape.
Yeah, official mixtape.
And you have a big song already. So now you're kind of off to the races.
Yeah.
This was 2015.
15.
Then the next year, 2016, you drop I Am Mr. Mosley 2.
Yeah, the second one.
Right. That had Mozzie on it.
Yeah, Mozzie.
Scheme,
G Perico.
Filthy Rich.
Filthy. Yeah.
And how does that one do?
And it was doing pretty cool. Like, and it's crazy because, like, a lot of people were saying, like, damn, bro, like, you did this without Mustard, like, but what kind of like made it better because, like, LA, like, they never really seen no shit like this. Like, so most people, like, they thought, like, oh, he ain't fucking with Mustard no more. Like, he gonna fall off. But me, like, I'm my own type of person. I got my own lingo. Like, it was different. So when people heard that, they like, damn, like, what is this? What does that mean? What does this mean? Damn, this shit hard. Like, so then it just kept going from there. And then on top of that, like people used to see me in the streets. Like, I really had what I was talking about. So it wasn't like somebody fabricating something. It's like, oh, this nigga saying this, but when he was fucking with Mustard, okay, yeah, like, Mustard probably did this for him. Mustard probably did this, but then you see, like, I'm not fucking with him, but I still got the same shit. I still got all the money. I'm talking about the cars, whatever, all this shit. Like, so people was fucking with that shit. Like, yeah.
Okay. And then that same year you drop So Cold I Do.
Yeah, I did that.
Right.
Okay,
and was that
we're
like
gonna
the biggest
skip
one?
by this a little bit because we're going.
He created his own slang delivery think team. See,
Hold
Draco did not
take off, and I was just like, wow, that shit crazy.
Then it was Draco Style and his think team. See, Draco did not sound like a traditional West Coast rapper. He created his own slang delivery and rhythm. He referred to his language as lingo bingo. His music was dark, unpredictable, and filled with coded jokes, luxury brands, weapons, and street references. Draco called it nervous music. It sounded like somebody riding through South Central in an expensive car while constantly watching the rearview mirror. But one of the most important parts of Draco's story.
I don't know who would want to be riding through South Central in a nice car. Like, it just sounds very scary, very anxious. So I think that was a good description of his music. It kind of reminded me of, y'all remember when Eminem put out his group, I think it was called D12. His music, his later albums kind of remind me of that dark humor, that same dark humor that D12, that group that Eminem had after he got on. He kind of reminded me of that too.
Is that he repeatedly denied being a gang member. Although he grew up around people associated with Crip neighborhoods, wore blue, and made his sympathies clear. Draco said he'll never officially join the gang. Instead, he represented his own rap collective, the Stink Team.
Okay. And the Stink Team, was that sort of around by that time?
Oh,
yeah. It started like around like I love After Michigan Dog.
D12.
I Am Mosley too.
Draco reportedly believed that joining an established gang would place him under a person's system. He wanted to create his own, but in Los Angeles, refusing to choose a traditional side did not mean everybody would leave you alone. As Draco became more popular, the Stink Team became a target. There were confrontations, online disrespect, chain snatching allegations, fights, robbery attempts, and eventually gunfire. Cars belonging to members of the Stink Team were allegedly shot at. Draco.
See, and that is so bad. That's another reason why I'm glad I stopped it here on the mom and his siblings. Listen, good that my baby doesn't want to join a gang, but my baby is still going to suffer if we live here and he doesn't pick a color or a side to get on. So even as a grown man, him not wanting to join either Crips or Bloods or whatever other gang affiliate is out there on the West Coast, because he refused to affiliate himself with any of those associations, they were still picking on him for not choosing a side. And so they were shooting up their cars. Like, why? Like, this is like what I don't understand about our culture. Why do we stay where it's dangerous and where we're clearly not wanted? Why is it like you're not going to be able to change the street culture of LA at all? So why stay? Just get out, go away. It's the same thing like the rappers in Jacksonville, Florida. You guys never get out before they kill you. Bring your ass to Atlanta, leave all that hot boy shit behind and move on with your life so that you can have a life, so that your children can be raised with you, so that your mom isn't burying her child. I couldn't imagine all this over a rap career that I have to lose my son behind it. I don't think that is worth it. I think we need to do better at telling people to get the hell on. Like, you're not going to make a change here within this decade, within this lifetime. You know, like, your son is 1 year old right now. Take him somewhere else and come back in a decade if it's better. If it's not, you should be glad that you moved on. That is how I would be thinking. Like, I'm not keeping my baby anywhere where he's gonna be hurt or harmed, or he's not going to be able to have a fruitful, full life because he's constantly like ducking over his shoulder at every car that rolls by. It's sad. So yeah, rest in peace to this young man here. I agree. I agree, Ernestine. Thank you for saying that. And yes, I am almost at 4K. So thank you, Blue Exodus, for pointing that out. You guys hit the like button for me, please. If you're coming in or coming out, I know there are a lot of other shows going on at this time, kind of fighting for my space. But please hit the like button for me. I really appreciate that. Likes are free. And your support is very, very, very much appreciated. Okay. I'm gonna let this play a little bit more. I didn't want to roll the whole video, but we're talking about YG, and he is the bigger star here. The one that is alive, and unfortunately the one that they are trying to say had something to do with this young man's death because they had an alleged beef. Someone from Draco's camp, I think it's his DJ, is saying that he saw YG puncture this young man. YG is saying, absolutely not. I was nowhere around that, but there's a video. I'm not going to play it. I'm sure you guys will catch it out there. I just wanted somebody to know who this guy was because he's the smallest star. And, people don't care unless they are able to see who it is and understand, what they brought to the table. Because of course, since YG is the bigger star, he's going to be the one that they talk about the most. So shout out to this guy. And I think Triple, you said it earlier in the chat, you said the name Draco. That's another thing, your street nicknames, you guys, Draco is isn't that a gun's name? Or isn't that the nickname of an alleged assault rifle or something like that? Not a good look, especially if now you die by violence. It could have been Little Stink or Big Stink or Big Taco. I don't know, but Draco, yeah, it's kind of eerie now because he's not here. It's sad as hell.
His mother's house was reportedly struck by bullets. Draco also exchanged diss records with Los Angeles rapper RJ, who was closely connected to both YG and DJ Mustard. What may have begun as rap competition and online disrespect reportedly became connected to a larger neighborhood conflicts. Then there was the Red Bulls case. In 2016, December, Davion Red Bull Gregory was fatally shot at an adult pajama party in Carson, California. Gregory was reportedly associated with the Inglewood family Bloods. No one accused Draco of personally pulling the trigger. However, prosecutors later claimed that Draco and members of his entourage went to the party intending to target RJ. RJ denied attending the event. Prosecutors argued that after RJ failed to appear, members of Draco's group killed Gregory instead. Draco was eventually charged with first-degree murder, attempt murder from a motor vehicle, gang conspiracy, and firearm offenses. At one point, he faced the possibility of spending the rest of his life in prison. Prosecutors attempt to classify the stink team as a criminal gang. They also use Draco lyrics, social media posts, and hand signs as evidence against him. Draco and his supporters argued that authorities were confusing music, association, and performance with proof of criminal activity.
At a birthday party in Carson, 3 men were hit and one of them has now died. The shooting happened just before midnight in the 100 block of West Victoria Street. The shootout was just in front of the building that housed the party. Deputies say as many as 100 people were attending what they describe as a pay-for-entry adult-themed party. A woman told us it was a nice neighborhood when she moved in 25 years ago, but now gunfire is very common.
Here it's so bad that we go somewhere to where it's safe in our house, to where we think that it's going to come through the window.
The identity of the dead man has not been released yet, and there's no information about the conditions of the 2 other men who were shot.
While incarcerated, Draco recorded an entire...
I mean, good Lord. An adult slumber party has to end in gunfire? I'm so glad my hanging out is streaming with you all for the most part, or I go with my friends to sushi restaurants that are super pricey. So usually they're in super good neighborhoods. You know what I mean? We don't worry about this, but oh my goodness, I would never go out again if I went to an adult slumber party. One of my friends took me to an adult slumber party and it got shot up. So one person passed away and the other 2 men were wounded. But either way it goes, this young man, Draco, was associated with that unaliving of the young man that passed away at the pajama party. So there are no innocent sides here, you know? It's unfortunate. I'm gonna let this play a little more and then we're gonna move on to the next video.
Album over a jail telephone. That project, Thank You for Using GTL, received widespread praise. Draco eventually accepted a plea agreement and was released on November 4th, 2020, after spending nearly 3 years behind bars. Once free, he immediately began rebuilding his brand and career.
Yeah, I mean, gifted a curse, right? You going to jail almost added to the allure of you as an artist.
Yeah, pretty much.
Kind of like when Boosie got out, he was, you know what I'm saying? It just added to, you know what I'm saying? And I think also the circumstances of your case,
that too,
were it felt like some bullshit.
Yeah.
So even people who necessarily weren't tapped in with your music, when they found out about what was going on, they were like, yo, this is crazy. People were just rooting for you. You know what I'm saying?
There's a lot of people who wasn't though. A lot of people who wasn't rooting for me.
Who wasn't rooting for you? I'm not
really sentiment. Okay.
not saying to say names, but who?
The older dudes. The people that have been in the game for a minute.
You talking about LA rappers?
Yep.
That's fair. I could see that.
Yeah.
Yo, what do you think? Because it was this judge that was she had a vendetta for you, right?
She was because she did not like me at all. I don't know what it was. Maybe because I was a rapper. Because she told me that in court. I don't know if you think because you're a rapper, you don't got to listen to the rules. I'm like, you could have just said this from the jump. Don't make it seem like you don't like me, bro.
It's almost
whatever.
Like they were setting an example or some shit.
Pretty much. That's exactly what it was.
Yeah.
I mean, I still was trying. It didn't work though.
So then she got bounced, right? In the election. Is that what happened?
That's the DA. Yeah.
So she got, or it was the DA.
It was the DA and the judge.
The DA and the judge.
Yeah.
But once the election happened,
yeah, she got kicked the boot.
It almost happened simultaneously. It was the election happened and then it was oh, he's coming home.
Yeah.
Shit.
So you see how politics works, fellas? And y'all talking about y'all don't want to vote and voting is not important. But voting is what got him his second chance outside of the can, because the DA and the judge on his case got voted out when he was going through his trial motions with the court. So I guess that helped him, that little loophole right there of them having to leave their work, and then the next prosecutor or the next DA not wanting to continue down the path of the previous administration got him, to get out. Or maybe, like Sentiment said, he snitched. I don't know. Seems like either one of those things could be a viable reason why he was able to get out. When your judge and your DA are booted from an election, that's something very easily to determine, you know? So it could have been that sentiment. I don't know. I just wanted y'all to see that this is the young man that they're accusing YG of allegedly deleting. I think that would be silly for YG to throw away his whole career to get into a dumbass fight where he could have easily been poked himself. You know, I think it's silly. I hate that this young man has passed on. I feel like it's way too many rappers that lose their lives too soon. We don't have that much of that so much as a problem here where rappers pass away from violence. We do have some that pass away from car accidents and drinking too much lean. But for the most part, all of the rap crews here in Atlanta, Georgia are amicable. We get along, you know, everybody gets along with everybody. And if we don't like somebody, we stay the fuck off of their side of town. We stay away from their events. We don't participate. You're never going to see me dancing to Jeezy. You're never going to see me going to a Jeezy concert. You're never going to see me. Okay? But we just stay away from each other. You know, wish them well and get the hell on. Stay the hell away from me. I stay the hell away from you. You stay the hell away from me. So what do y'all think about this? You know, do you think that it's kind of weird that YG is being accused or questioned about this, you know, nearly 5 years later? Because we're in 2026. This happened in 2021. You know, do you think that the DJ from Draco is telling the truth, saying that, you know, he saw YG poke him? I don't know. Do you think prosecutors are building a case against YG over this? I don't know. I don't listen to enough YG to know, you know, what he says in his music about this. I did hear the song where he addressed it. And it was just kind of like, you know, after the fact, of course, you're going to try to, you know, cover your ass. So I don't know how much of the song I was actually believing. As I was listening to it, I wasn't really believing it. To me, it's like it took you too long to say anything. So that's my take on this. I think it's sad Draco is passed on. I think it's, you know, highly suspicious that he passed on a month after dissing YG. And I think it's suspicious that YG hasn't really said much about it. It took him a while to say anything about it and distance himself from this guy's deletion, you know. And if you distance yourself from the deletion and you know that people are looking at you thinking that you did the deletion, I think you deserve to get whatever's coming to you. Because if you are a good person and you really didn't do anything, you would immediately say, look, I had nothing to do with this. I don't support this. I don't want other people to do this. I hope nobody did this for me. This is not what I want. Anybody to pass away because they have a beef with me. So, okay. Now, let's move on to the next topic. I'm going to remove this. And I'm going to stop sharing it. And so, hey, how you doing? How you doing? How you doing? The next topic that we're going to discuss today is Chrisean Rock, y'all, because she made an announcement. Okay. Chrisean Rock made an announcement that she was moving out of the country. But it so happens that she made that comment that she was moving out of the country after TMZ said she was under investigation for this alleged baby daddy of hers. Like, I know she only has one child, right? But the public thinks that that one child that she has either belongs to Blueface or this guy named his name is Karan Ronnie Doe Can, because he was her former boyfriend and he was deleted in 2025. So he was deleted a year ago, and police have confirmed that the homicide investigation remains active. Okay. Some dude, okay, just went viral on social media because he's in Baltimore right now saying that he's supposed to meet with Baltimore police on Monday to talk to Chrisean, to talk about the possibility of him knowing who deleted Ronnie Doe. This is the guy who said he was Chrisean's baby's father. And a month before he was supposed to go to court to get a paternity test done to figure out if he was the father or not, he ends up getting shot 10 times. Okay. And it's some really sketchy stuff that Chrisean Rock has like been saying in interviews with Jason Lee. I don't know what the hell is wrong with her and Blueface sitting down with Jason Lee. I don't know what it is. Like, does he get them drunk or something? They get over there and they talk to this man like they're talking to a priest inside of a church, but this man is on the internet with a microphone and millions of fucking subscribers. So Chrisean, like, you are not very bright in the head, okay? Like, you brought this on yourself. Clearly weirdo, okay? But let me let y'all see this video here. Let me bring this up. So okay. All right. I forgot, y'all. I forgot about my audience. So let me preface this by saying we're going to be watching a video from a content creator. His name is Sean Davy Way. I really like him. I hope that you guys will give him a chance. He's a great storyteller. And recently, like, this is where he makes his bread and butter, talking about Chrisean Rock. Like, he literally knows like everything she's doing. He's like, he works with Tasha K. Sean works with Tasha K. They have like a little thing going on, like a partnership or something. I follow Sean for a long time. I don't watch him as often, but usually he's like the expert on all things Chrisean Rock and Blueface. Okay. So give him a chance. He's going to break the story down for us and let us know why the hell Chrisean could be literally coming up on some charges, allegedly. I don't know. Okay. But again, we're watching this video. I'm using it to discuss Chrisean Rock and like how you shouldn't allude to deleting people or anything like that on the internet, because it doesn't age well, especially when the person passes on and is deleted under very suspicious circumstances. Okay. All of these suspicions are literally from either her own mouth, her sister's mouth, or her first baby's father, who she's claiming the baby to belong to, Blueface. Okay. Very, very hot mess of a situation. But here we go, okay?
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to your boy, the Sean.
Okay, so this is Ronnie Doe, and this is Chrisean Rock's baby, okay? And a lot of people think that they look more alike than the baby in Blueface or the Blueface in Chrisean, okay? So this is Ronnie Doe. This is the person who passed on after he sought for a paternity test from the court. A month before he was due in court, he was deleted. Okay.
Heavyweight Show. Please hit that like and subscribe on the way in, and tap that bell if you would like to be notified of all of our future content.
And Sean, I am dropping a link to this video in the description of my video so that my subscribers can come subscribe to you and give you a like also. All right, here we go.
Today, I bring you a video on Chrisean Rock, Quell, Blueface, and Ronnie Doe. Hashtag justice for Ronnie Doe. Recently, as of today, Chrisean states that she wants to move out of the country. And a lot of people, it's going over their head into why she wants to move out of the country. Chrisean has stated that she was going to visit other countries before, but she never stated that she wanted to move. Now, you may just feel that she wants a change of scenery, or is she fleeing the country? I know, like most people, you're probably pondering, well, Sean, why would she feel the need to flee, and what would she be fleeing from? We're going to get into that right now. Recently, on one of Chrisean's Kick Stream lives, she was extremely emotional and she kept crying. Some people felt that she was crying about Blueface because in part of the live, she kind of mentioned him. And
what's up with Kick? Brittany is on Kick, and we covered her on Monday. Academics was talking about Brittany Renner being on Kick, and now Chrisean is on Kick crying.
The necklace that he either took from her or she gave him. And recently as well, her mother, Charla, relapsed and has been admitted into the hospital. So most people felt that Chrisean was crying for one of those two reasons. I don't feel that it's any of the above. But if you don't know what I'm talking about, let's get into this clip and I'll be back with my commentary.
Chad. I'm just happy I have people calling to check up. Because I got a good heart and like
somebody said this the other day. I don't know what podcast I was watching because they all kind of run in together, but somebody was saying something about how, do you notice when you see famous people, they never look happy? That is so sad to me. Like, what is it? Like, why is she crying this hard? What is wrong? Something is deeply disturbed with this young lady. Like, it's like, you know how you can see somebody needs help, but you just don't know how to help them or what it is actually that they need. And I feel bad for her because apparently her mother is back on drugs again. She comes from drug addict parents. So it's just like, you know, you feel for people that have this going on in their lives. But at the same time, it's like, you know, after a certain age, you have to understand that nobody's coming to save you. You've got to do the work yourself. Like, here, yeah.
I just shit. Hey.
Oh my God, I feel so bad for her. Like, ugh.
He can have that chain broken.
Side note, so a lot of people
I really don't want no parts with that guy.
And is trying to connect the dots and put two and two together. What people have come up with is either Blueface has her this emotional, or what is going on in her family, especially her mother, has her emotional. Right after this, Chrisean puts up a post and she says, "I'm moving out of the country, chat." Now, to most people may have felt that Chrisean was trolling or just putting that up because she may be frustrated with something, once again, either Blueface or her mother, Charla. And I'm here to tell you, I don't believe that that's it. Let's get into Chrisean and her friend Sunday stating that they're moving out of the country.
About you wanted to leave outside the country. Let's talk about that.
Oh yeah, Chad. I'm moving out the country.
But
we're moving out the country. Look, we ain't gonna tell y'all details, but we're moving out the country.
Yeah,
we're moving out the country. Oh
in
God.
how many months?
Yeah.
I'm excited.
For real. Yep.
Yep, we're moving out. I got my suitcase with me.
I want to tell y'all so many details. Why you just do that?
You posted it.
I did. But I wasn't going to talk about it on chat. I was just going to show the chat. First
That
day
we just
movement.
moved
Yeah.
But we're going out.
Chad, guess what country we're moving to?
And we're going to be like Cleopatra outside the country. You know what Cleopatra is?
This is just so weird to me. Like, I just like, what are you doing, girl? What are you doing? What are you, why do these young people put all their crimes on the internet? I just don't know. It's like, you know that people looking at you crazy for the passing of this young man, and now you telling people you moving out the country. Girl, no, you not. You're not going nowhere.
It's gonna be like this, bro.
Yo, Chad, you know what's
like,
crazy?
We're gonna live like Cleopatra.
You know what's crazy? You know how much I thirst outside of this country? So much more than America. Already blew up in American raid. Take over another country. Yeah.
Side note, Chrisean states that her and Sunday are moving out of the country, although Chrisean did seem a little irritated that Sunday brought it up because she didn't want to go into detail about them truly leaving. Again, I felt that Chrisean...
Y'all, keep these fair weather friends away from y'all. This girl is just hanging around Chrisean Rock because Chrisean Rock can get her some clout. You see how she up there encouraging her to tell people she moving out the country? You know what this girl going through. You know this girl can't move out the country, but she's steady just trying to just like, you know, rib her up to think that she's something that she not, just so that she can be like, rub some of her fame off on her. It's no. This is why these young people end up going down the wrong hole, because they have fair weather friends hanging around them, encouraging their debauchery. This is why allegedly Chrisean allegedly has a child, allegedly that has problems in his life because she was allegedly drinking when she was pregnant. All of the people who she was drinking around all knew that she was pregnant, and none of them stopped her from drinking. Matter of fact, they partied with her and made her drink even more. These are not friends. These are not friends. These are people you need to stay away from.
Wanted everybody to think that she was trolling when she is making literal plans to move outside of the country. She also stated in another part of this live that she couldn't travel before because she had warrants, etc. But since she has taken care of set warrants, she's planning on moving. Now, Chrisean does have court next month. I do believe that Chrisean's plan to move out the country stems by next month, meaning before Chrisean Jr.'s birthday in September, she plans on being in another country with her son. Let me know what you think in the comments below. But again, I did state that Chrisean was fleeing. Let's get it.
Do y'all have Teslas? Is that a Tesla that she's in? Those seats are so white. Oh my God, I would have to like put plastic down. Like, you remember your grandma's house back in the day when it was like covered in plastic? That is what I would need for that car. And nobody would be allowed to eat in that car ever. Oh my goodness. Okay, so thank you for being here, homie. What's up, homie? What's up, player one? He's been a member for 7 months. It's good to see you, sir. He says it's a vibe all the time. Sorry. Hi, player one. It's good to see you. It's okay. I like that. I like that. Hit me with it anytime. Anytime. And thank you, Batman, for becoming a new member. Yay! We have a new member for the garden. Thank you so much for becoming a rosebud. Now I can call you a rosebud, Batman. So it's good to have you here. Hello, Matthew. Hello. Hello, it's good to see you. Falcon doors. I thought they were, what do you call those doors? The ones that lift up like this? I forgot. I used to get so annoyed when this mom in carpool had that car because it took her kids forever to try to get the car door down, or I'd be like, oh my God, I'm behind the Tesla mom with the doors, the Falcon doors. I'm Batman's son. Hi. Okay. It's good to have you. I have the whole family now. Welcome to the Rose Garden. It's good to have you. Let's talk more about Chrisean Rock. So what do y'all think? Do y'all think this is weird that all of a sudden this young lady who's just started a boxing career, she's all of a sudden allegedly, a suspect in the deletion of her baby's father? Now she wants to move out of the country and she just started a boxing career? Like, I just don't understand that. Batman, please, okay? Not in front of the children. Not in front of the children, okay? Mind your business. Mind your business, okay? But yeah, very suspicious. Thank you, E305MDC. Thank you.
It's that. As of recently, Quell, and if you don't know who Quell is, he was a suspect in the passing of Ronnie Doe, aka Karan Khan. Karan Khan used to date Chrisean Rock. And last year, in February of 2025, Ronnie Doe lost his life. Chrisean Rock has always been an alleged suspect, spoken without speaking. Quell lives in the Baltimore area and was cool with Chrisean Rock to a certain extent at a point in time. And after Ronnie perished, Quell came online bragging about taking Ronnie's life. Now, Quell states that he was just trolling and he was just joking around because other people were stating online that Chrisean Rock hired him to unalive Ronnie Doe. Since that rumor had got out there and was placed out on Quell, allegedly, Quell decided to run with it and collect clout and attention off.
Who does that? Does anybody think it's smart to just get online and claim a deletion of someone? Who does that? Wait a minute, the movie Joker, the man was me in the movie? The little boy was me? I love that movie Joker. I love that movie Joker. Okay, let's keep it on. Let's keep it on. Joker, the little boy. Oh, okay. No. No. Okay, let me stop. Y'all messing up my y'all messing me up. Here we go.
Of possibly unaliving Ronnie Doe because he and Ronnie Doe were not getting along before Ronnie Doe passed away. But he always states his innocence, Quell, that he never had anything to do with anything, which is very contradicting when he was literally admitting. As of the end of last week and the beginning of this week, Quell, once again, who has been questioned by police about what happened to Ronnie Doe before, even questioned as a suspect in the past, states that the detectives are back, that the federal agents that are still working the case of Ronnie Doe and trying to get him justice have returned. They have been coming back to his home and to his grandmother's address, looking for him, questioning him about none other than Chrisean Rock. Let's get into Quell.
And y'all swear I be on motherfucker side and I'm so team this. I don't be with that pussy ass shit. Nah. But it makes sense. They will reach out to me, holler at me. I ain't did nothing. Sure. I'm cool. You feel me? You find that shit funny though. Not funny, I find it interesting. Now it's digging my inside out. Like it's exploring my brain, like it's exploring my shit. Yo. It's like twisting my shit like this. Like, damn, baby girl. They got you. If you did it, they got your way. Somewhere. I don't know what corner they got you in, but they probably, as he said, no, I understand, but that's why I want to talk to you in person. So you know they think they can do it in person. Not mine. They think in person they can. But I got all my shit laid out there. Matter of fact, I ain't got to do all that explaining to y'all. I'm just putting my theory out there now. I feel like, because they said they watch my YouTube. Y'all can't watch my YouTube. Y'all can't. Because y'all go see the video where I posted what I was doing the day he died. At work, literally. Didn't even know he was going to die. I'm at work. Working. I was at work. No, I was.
So he's saying if you're keeping up with what is going on in this section of the video, because I know it's really hard to, like, Baltimore, like his slang is a little different from, in Georgia we talk a little slower. So it's like I'm really paying attention to what the transcript is saying, but he's saying to Chrisean, I don't know what corner they got you in, but it seems like they got you in a corner. I don't know what you did. I don't know what corner they got you in, but they got you in a corner because they keep coming around here asking me about you. So he's like, they can't think it was me because the day old boy got pow-powed, I was at work and it's all over my YouTube. So, I mean, he's saying he's straight. It's documented that he didn't do nothing, but he can't say that they not looking at Chrisean. So, like, that is scary. So this comes out. And then the next couple of days, Chrisean is talking about she's moving out of the country. It's like, uh-oh.
Home then. When he died, what the fuck? I didn't know. I thought he died in the morning. Niggas say he died 7 in the morning, and it's 7 at night. I didn't know none of that. All right, so she had something to do with why they coming at me about it, because I was online, which I was on here, trolling. I had people in the comments saying, you a murderer, you a hitman. And I'd be like, yep, I did it. Now Blueface owe me. Like, just trolling. So I understand. But it all started from one comment I made when they said Karan was dead, and I was like, so I don't give a fuck. I'm smoking him. I hit the weed. I'm smoking Karan. Then they clipped that. Then I got, a little big-headed. Now I'm going for clips. Now I'm talking shit, So it's my fault, regardless. I know I ain't do shit, but it's my fault. I was trolling.
Side note, so Quell coming forward admitting that the detectives have returned into his life and they are still questioning him and now trying to connect certain dots. So now that he has been speaking to them and they have certain information and also use the information that he gives them to connect with what they already have, he's saying that some screws are starting to, spin in his head to where...
And that's how the police do it. They come and they get you and they ask you some questions and you tell them some things and then they tell you some things. And then they let you go and they let you go run your mouth to your YouTube channel or on the phone with your buddy who they was asking you about. Then they call you back. They ask you some more questions. They tell you a little more and they let you go on and do what you're supposed to do so that they can get to who they trying to get to in the first place. So this is crazy. Yeah, I felt the same thing. Like the things that these young people do these days, like there's no honor, there's no code in anything. There's no, like, oh, we don't do that because no. They do everything. They claim bodies that they didn't drop. You know, I mean, this just is wild out here. It's literally the wild, wild west. We're just not riding on horses or shooting pistols, you know, from our hips. You know, it's just like, this is wild. I would never, ever claim anything like that. Okay? Ever.
I'm assuming what he's talking about is that a lot of the stuff that the police is saying that Chrisean is involved in makes sense to him. And the things that they said prior, or maybe it's new information they brought to him he may not have thought that Chrisean had anything to do with it before, but now he feels that she has something to do with it now. And that is proven in what Quell is saying, because he said, damn, baby girl. And he also stated, like, I don't know what corner they got you in, but they definitely got you in a corner. So he's stating that these detectives and whatnot have information connecting Chrisean Rock to what happened to Ronnie Doe. Now, this is coming from Quell's mouth, not Sean Way. I'm not adding things and making things up. Listen to the audio again. He said, damn, baby girl. And he said that in a response of feeling sorry for her, like, ooh, they got you, you know, like they got you against the wall, you know, type of situation. So let me know what you think in the comments. But I definitely feel that this may have something to do with why Chrisean all of a sudden wants to move out of the country. As of now, Chrisean is not a listed suspect where they are actively looking to arrest her or anything in connection to what happened to Ronnie Doe, aka Karan Khan. But it doesn't mean that them coming around asking questions, because if they're talking to Quell, they're definitely talking to Chrisean.
I would be shaking in my boots. Okay? Shaking in my boots. I'd be online crying too, Chrisean. I'd be crying too. Because it seemed like, you know, I don't know. You might have wrote a check your ass can't cash. You know? You just might have written a check your ass can't cash. I mean, she also alluded to the fact that this young man is dead because he trolled her in Blueface. Like, I think Sean is going to play this next.
That she is literally a suspect at this time. This is why police collect evidence, etc. So when they do bring charges, they have what they need to make the charges stick. So it doesn't mean Chrisean isn't afraid. And it doesn't mean that Chrisean is not trying to get the hell out of Dodge by getting out of the country before she is listed as a suspect. So the countries that her and Zunde were alluding to are countries that do not extradite. So it is given more far sinister to why she has been running around like a loose cannon, and why she's been crying and trying to get certain protection and trying to get back up under Blueface and in the circus, etc. Because Blueface is no help. Blueface has made the situation worse. Let's not forget what Blueface said about a month and a half ago on Jason Lee's Hollywood Unlocked.
He called her, they were in contact before this happened. That's the only red flag I can see. Somebody comes out and says, hey, before this person died, they called me. And this and that, that's just kind of like,
Well, because you said she's a setup artist. So
that's what from my knowledge, yeah, she's known to get addresses and do things and spare the moment, be very impulsive. That's from my knowledge. Now, as far as him calling her and then talking the night he died,
Again, if you pay attention to the part of this video where Quell speaks, he states that the detectives have been watching his YouTube videos, TikTok videos, and more. So they are very keen to what is going on online. So with Blueface coming forward, somebody that is on the ins and outs with Chrisean, but more so closer than distant, if he's coming forward, connecting Chrisean to Ronnie Doe the day Ronnie passed away, Blueface said that Chrisean told him that she spoke to Ronnie the day of his passing, the night of. So if Blueface is willing to say this on Jason Lee, why wouldn't he be willing to say this to the police? I mean, it's one in the same. They're paying attention to everything. So I do believe that Chrisean wanting to move out the country does have a lot to do with what's going on in Ronnie Doe's case. I would like to hear what you think below. I think that a lot of Chrisean...
I think it's sketchy as hell. I think it's sketchy as hell. I'm thinking, you know, this if Ronnie Doe was my little brother, and Chrisean was his. You better hope the police come to get you before I do. I would be too pissed off. I mean, you talk to the guy on the day that he passed away. Blueface is telling people that you've set him up and dropped his location before. I mean, your whole tooth is knocked out because you done fought to Blueface's family. Like, she's just unhinged. So it's not like hard to see this. Like with YG, you could be like, you know, he seems like he's really all about his business. We haven't heard of him getting in any other trouble. So you can give him the benefit of the doubt because you just have never heard him do anything crazy like delete somebody before, right? So in his situation, we're probably like, you know, we'll see what happens. You know, we hope that he didn't have anything to do with it. And we stay there because we don't have any other bad behavior from YG to go off of to make us think that he would do something like this, right? But in Chrisean's past, she has all these fights with Blueface on TV. She had a baby that, you know, she was pregnant, drinking with, boozing, partying, performing on stage with Glorilla, like clearly inebriated. People have been said like whack 100. People in this YouTube professional space have gone on to say they saw her pregnant, drinking alcohol during interviews. We can go back and watch that Jason Lee interview where she's pregnant, taking shots of tequila with Blueface. Okay, so we have all of this previous bad behavior that we've seen Chrisean do. So it makes it more like easier to believe that she would try to set somebody up to be deleted because she doesn't want the world to know that Blueface is actually not her baby's father. For whatever reason, I feel like she wanted to keep that from the world. So getting rid of Ronnie would have taken that person off of the table to say, oh, well, he's not my baby's father. You know, it's Blueface. He said she's very impulsive, so he believes that she could be able to do something like this. It's very sad, man.
Emotion, a lot of the crying randomly and whatnot. I feel that it's her demons, and what happened to Ronnie Doe is one of those demons. So if the detectives and whatnot are pressing her about what happened to Ronnie or keeps bringing her in for questioning about what happened to Ronnie, it makes sense of why she wants to get out of the country. She's already kind of low-key fleeing, if you ask me. She's been going from city to city, state to state, anywhere but Baltimore. She's been trying to stay out of that area. She is not there long. So part of me feels like she's kind of already doing it, trying to stay away from the people that are looking for her.
Girl, I can tell you, you can't get away from them, girl. You can't get away from them. It don't matter if you stay going from state to state. Like, it don't matter, girl. As long as you got that phone in your hand, and a credit card that you're using and drafting, you know, swiping, they're going to get you. They're going to get you. It's very easy to get you. All right. So this whole Chrisean thing was just kind of like, it's a conundrum. It's a conundrum. It's like, girl, like your life cannot get any worse. You were just cleaning yourself up. Like you were just cleaning yourself up. This whole boxing thing was supposed to be like your redemption. And now here you are about to go to, or allegedly under suspicion for the deletion of this ex-boyfriend of yours. You need to get it together, girl. Like, clean yourself up. Clean yourself up. Like, this isn't a good look. I feel sorry for her. Not her. Let me take that back. I feel sorry for her kid, because if she is taken away from her son, I mean, she's the only person in the world that's going to love her baby the way he needs to be loved, you know? And if his father is already deleted, And if Blueface isn't really his dad, I mean, he's not going to have anybody. So I feel sorry for the kid because he literally is innocent in all of this. Anyway, okay, so that was my take on Chrisean. Okay, I think that this girl, you know, she doesn't. Her past isn't looking good. Her past doesn't look good, so I'm very, very apprehensive about what her future looks like. If they're suspecting that she has something to do with this, I can't imagine that anybody else would have any other reason to get rid of him, you know, being that they say he had literally no beef with anybody. The only person that he had beef with was Chrisean and Blueface. So we'll see. We'll see. More to come on that. I'm sure we'll hear more about it. Let me stop sharing this screen. So this last screen this last video that I'm gonna play is about Bryan Kohberger. He's already been convicted of murder. If you don't know who he is the guy that, he was a guy that was convicted of deleting those 4 college students, I think in Idaho. They were 4 college students sleeping, and he went into their house in the middle of the night and deleted 4 of them. I think it was 3 girls and 1 guy. They were, again, attacked while they were sleeping. But he already went to trial. He's already been to trial. He's already been convicted for it. He pled guilty. And now all of a sudden he's saying, nah, I'm not guilty. My attorney was bad and I want a retrial. And basically, I think what Nancy Grace said was that he said in his statement that jail isn't what he suspected it would be. I mean, you deleted 4 people and you have the nerve to have any kind of expectation on what jail should or should not be for you? Are you kidding me? You sent 4 people to heaven, 4 people that you didn't birth, 4 people that you didn't know. You ripped these people out of the lives of 4 different families, and you have the nerve to get up here and say jail is not what you suspected it would be? Ninja. You done lost your mind. So I'm going to share this last video. This last video was from a man named Dave Ehrenberg. He is an attorney on YouTube. I would have covered the lead attorney, but the lead attorney has not talked about this. I'm suspecting that the lead attorney hasn't talked about this because we don't really talk about, people don't really care to hear about these specific cases, okay? But I find it interesting because I love Nancy Grace. We have the same alma mater, and so I've really been watching her and have been loving what she's been doing with the Nolan Wells case, although I said we were going to talk about that today. I'm letting everybody else talk about it. Until more evidence comes out, I'm not going to do a whole bunch of gesticulating and, I'm not doing all of that. Okay. It is what it is. It is what it looks like. Okay. It is what it looks like. And until more evidence comes out about it, I ain't going to talk about it. Okay. But we're going to watch this video from this guy named Mr. Aaron, who looks very intense. Okay. I liked his breakdown on this. And he's a Florida attorney. Another reason why I picked him to discuss this with us today. And he's going to break it down, the audacity of this man. Okay, here we go.
And a surprising move that really should not have surprised most people. Bryan Kohberger, who was convicted of killing 4 innocent college students.
Okay, so these are the 4 college students. Passed away in their sleep. They had no idea this crazy man was stalking their house at night. They had no idea They had just come back from hanging out. They were tired. They crawled into their beds thinking they were going to, go eat breakfast or go to school the next day. And they never got to wake up because he was in their house deleting them very brutally, by the way, might I add.
At the University of Idaho is now saying he's innocent and is demanding a new trial. Remember, he said under oath before the judge that he was guilty, that he did it. But now he wants a do-over. Can he get it? And why is he doing this now? Let's discuss. I'm Dave Ehrenberg, former state attorney for Palm Beach County, aka the Florida Lawman, here on Substack and YouTube. Thank you for your support. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't done so already. Now, I want to talk about Bryan Kohberger because I was on CNN today to discuss this breaking story, because although it was surprising that a person who had already been in front of the judge and said he did it, and he took a plea deal to avoid the death penalty, but he's now facing 4 life sentences. And now that he has a taste of prison, he's like, you know what? I don't like this too much. And if you think about it, it's really not that surprising, because you have a guy who is awkward, who's been a misfit, used to be a heroin addict, and then he lost a lot of weight, and then he was creepy at the school he was teaching at, and he decided to become a wannabe serial killer. He was fascinated by serial killers. He was a criminology major, so getting his doctorate in this. And so this is a guy who...
This guy's own father kind of said, my son, I'm worried about my son. I mean, even his own dad. So it's like, come on, man. Yeah, I mean,
who has always been a misfit, and I'm sure he's a misfit behind bars, because when it comes to your fellow prisoners, I don't think they take kindly to a scrawny, nerdy, weird guy like him who gets all this national media attention. And what he did was so brutal, so cruel, that I think it probably violates some sort of prison code. I know that the lowest form of life in prison are those who commit crimes against children, but when you're talking about committing these horrific crimes against college students, I would think that Bryan Kohberger is probably not going to be elected class president behind bars. I mean, this guy was always going to hate prison because he's not really happy anyway.
Shiz, are you still here? Shiz, are you still here? If you can hear me laughing, Shiz, and you're not next to your phone, run to your phone, Shiz. Run to your phone. Are you reading the chat?
Anywhere except in his criminology field, when he's out there studying serial killers and committing crimes himself. But when I went on CNN, I discussed the grounds that he could allege to try to get a new trial. But it's so hard, because when you do this post-sentencing, it's much harder than when you ask for a new trial pre-sentencing. Well, he was sentenced already, and he was told by the victim's family, like, we never want to think of you again. And this is his one lever of power. This is what a sociopath does. He wants to show that he's still relevant.
Crazy that we would be talking about a sociopath that still wants to be relevant right at this moment. I mean, what? Please. That was like Monday's news. We're over that, okay?
Remember me? He's still there, lurking. And he's going to put families through a lot in requesting this, but it's not going to work. But still, it's his last throes of relevancy, his last throes of power that he has in this world, especially over the families he has already put through so much. Now, before I show you the clip from CNN, I want to go through something I didn't discuss because I didn't have the statement that he made. And this is in the New York Times. This is from his own words, and I think it's worth at least hearing some of it. He wrote, over a year later, it is self-evident that in State versus Kohberger, Justice was not served. Unanswered questions seemed to multiply with each piece of discovery unsealed. Not true. And the public demands the truth. Unfortunately, the truth shall never be derived from the state's myopic narrative, a work of fiction which has yet to evolve since the PCA was released nearly 4 years ago, and its faulty premises were never challenged at trial. Circumnavigated by a broken...
I don't really understand all this legal jargon that this Kohberger guy is writing in to say did or didn't happen during his trial. But he argues that his attorneys were ineffective and claims that evidence, including hair found on one of the victim's bodies, was not properly handled before he accepted the plea. So he's being very technical, but he's a very technical person. You know, he got his PhD. He's very like refined when it comes to like research and studying. He was also a professor himself. So he's probably, all he's doing is just reading over the court documents over and over and over again, looking for whatever loophole that can drag these families back through the fucking mud. Like, who does that? You literally just pled guilty to deleting 4 people, and you have the audacity to come back and say, you know what? No, I'm not guilty. I didn't do that. And because you guys didn't test one piece of hair properly, that negates all the other 3 people that I deleted that night. It's like, dude, okay? The court records indicate that he can like technically he can say this, so maybe he might have a leg to stand on. We have to see what a judge is going to do about it, because it's just like unbelievable, unimaginable that he would do this after he pled guilty himself. So I don't think that this is a declaration of his innocence, but I think it is a way for him to try to reduce the time that they gave him. Okay. Yeah, it's just a filing. It doesn't mean that the judge is going to accept whatever he says, you know. And literally, he, like I just said, he admitted under oath, you know, that he did it, and that was part of the whole plea agreement. So it's like whatever, I can't remember exactly how much time he got, but I'm sure that plea deal to accept fault and say what you did would be better than you going to trial and them giving you double the years that they already gave you. So I wouldn't be, to me, this is like playing with fire. You're never going to get out. There's never going to be any way for them to ever let you out. So I just don't understand what you're doing, Bryan. It just sounds very much like a waste of time. You could be reading the Odyssey or the Iliad. You could be learning how to become a dentist. Like, you're going to be in there a long time. So think of other things to do rather than drag families back through this horrible testimony, because the testimony was very gruesome, y'all. I don't know if y'all watched that case, but it was like I had to turn it off after a little while because, I mean, it was brutal.
The trial never provided the public the clarity conducive to closure. Well, that's because he pled guilty and the public was deprived of the trial. He chose to plead guilty. And the public should have had a trial so they could see the motive behind all this. And he should have been forced to express the motive. And then he should have, in my mind, been given the ultimate penalty, capital punishment. Because if he's not given capital punishment, then who deserves it? This guy murdered 4 people.
Yeah.
I hereby declare my intention to enter a not guilty plea and welcome the state the opportunity to prove their case at trial, as well as to, again, file for the death penalty. My actual innocence is my truth, and the plea hinged on by false promises and blatant disinformation must be withdrawn. Thank you for all who believe in my innocence and continue to critically analyze the case. I send my love to my family who have never wavered.
Are there people out there that think he's innocent? You don't have to block him, cases and cams. Let's see what he's talking about. I'm sorry. I was looking at my notes. You are so right, wild lady. Oh, he's talking to me. He's saying, you are so right, white lady. Maybe you can tell us why this white man is doing this since you are white. Maybe you can tell me. Maybe you can tell me why he's doing this since you like to be up white man's butts so much. There's a video that I just watched of you doing some interview talking about black on black violence. And that's all you seem to do is contribute to black on black violence, the way you talk to people like me and other people like Shiz and homie ALG 15. Like, I don't know why he's doing it. I'm just talking about the fact that he did it and now he's saying that he's not guilty. No, my mom was up my dad's butt. My dad is a black man. So you're wrong again. Should I go get Ali for you? I know it's your dream to be in an Ali sandwich on OF. Do y'all know that men never tell y'all, men that do sex work, they never tell y'all that their customers are mostly other men. They never tell y'all that. You guys automatically assume that because it's a male sex worker that all of his customers are women, and they're not. They're not. Okay, so yeah. But let's get back to this. So what do y'all think? Like, this man just put all of these people through the ringer, all 4 families. They had there. Imagine you send your kid off to UGA or Georgia Tech, wherever you send your kid off to college. They're making great grades. They're doing what they're supposed to do. They're working and going to school. You talk to them one night, they're saying, hey, mom, we're going to a party. We're going to come back later and veg out for the rest of the weekend. And you don't hear from your kid in a day and a half. So you call them. And when you call them, you find out that they were involved in a homicide in a place that you're paying good money for them to go to and be safe. I would be so pissed off. Okay, this is not a Nolan Wells was out boozing on the lake kind of weekend. So he could have potentially maybe harmed or hurt his own self. These kids were in their house, in their bedrooms, inside of their beds, sleeping. And this man broke into their house and deleted them. Totally unsuspecting. No way for them to defend themselves. I think the other 2 girls that were in the house kind of like heard the murderers, the deletions happening, but they didn't know. They thought maybe it was like people making love, or, you know what I mean? They just were kind of like nodding in and out, but thank God they weren't deleted, but they did say that they heard, and one of them said that she actually saw like a shadowy figure like walking through the house, walking through the rooms. So very scary. Like, what the hell? I would be so torn up about sending my baby off to school and that happening to my baby. I mean, you got to think about like their very last moments. How were they? They were terrified, fighting for their life. Like that is not something as a mother I would want to hear again in court. It's like one and done. We got him in jail. Please don't ever let him out of there. Like, I would not want to hear anybody telling me, oh, this man has decided he doesn't want to plead guilty anymore. No, it's over. He pled guilty. We locked him up. He's not allowed to come out, period.
And their belief in whom I am, their belief in my innocence. That's not so true. The family didn't necessarily believe in his innocence. They just stood by him as a family member. So Here is my interview on CNN. I'll finish up on the other side.
Here's some breaking news just into CNN. Bryan Kohberger, the man convicted of fatally stabbing 4 University of Idaho students, is seeking to take back his guilty plea. He told this to the New York Times in an interview from prison.
Joining us now is Dave Ehrenberg. He's the former state attorney for Palm Beach County, Florida. Dave, this is really puzzling. As we covered these proceedings and those intense victim impact statements, we talked a lot about this deal that he came to avoid the death penalty. And part of it was that he wasn't going to get another bite of this apple. And yet it appears that he's trying to. Take us through this and if he really has a shot here.
Very little shot, Brianna. This is a post-sentencing motion to try to undo his plea. You don't get really do-overs in this process. I mean, clearly he has buyer's remorse. He hates prison. We know that. And he got a win, in my mind, when he was able to get the plea and take the death penalty off the table. But now he's facing 4 life terms in prison. He hates it in there, and he wants a do-over. Also, I think part of it is the manipulative person that he is. Remember, this guy is a criminologist. And so this...
Tommy, what are you talking about? It don't matter how many people you see in here watching. What matters is my YouTube check on the 21st. That's what matters, Tommy. Like, go get a life. Like, are you getting any money being in my chat talking crazy at me and I'm ignoring you? You're like 60 years old, acting like a BAN. Go sit down somewhere. Go sit down. Go, like, I don't know, put some lotion on your crusty knees or something like that. I do get a check. I do get a little check. Yeah, I do. I'm sorry that you don't. Okay, well, good. Good for hi, y'all. Hi. East Side Atlanta in the house. Tommy, I'll see you soon. It's like, what? Good for you, Tommy. Good for you. I hope that works out for you. How much did he say he gets over on Rumble per my $100? How much are Rumble bucks? Is that what they're called? Oh, you guys, he's telling y'all that he lives in Forsyth County. Okay. Okay. You would live in Forsyth County. It makes a lot of sense now. It makes a lot of sense. Good for you. Good for you. Okay, let me get back to this because I think this is interesting. This guy here. And he's on CNN. How cute is he? He's much animated on CNN than he is on his own YouTube channel.
To me, is one final attempt to manipulate the legal machinery and drag out the process. It's this one last bit of attempted control, after which he loses everything.
Yeah, I just want to cite something that he told the Times in a statement. He said, quote, "My actual innocence is my truth, and the plea hinged on by false promises and blatant disinformation must be withdrawn." He says he has an absolute claim of innocence, though he actually declined to discuss any evidence or other specific details related to this claim and any specific concerns he had about the plea process. I mean, what recourse would he even have to present a dispute over this guilty plea that he agreed to? And then in court answered a multitude of questions about whether or not he was under the influence, about whether he totally understood the guilty plea, and he said that he did.
Exactly, Boris. He had a plea colloquy. Remember, the judge asked him a series of questions because judges don't want to be in a situation like this. So the judge affirmed with Kohberger that he was mentally competent, that he was not under duress, and that he understood that he was waiving his right to trial. He was admitting to guilt. He had all these things that he said under oath. Now, what he would have to prove to get it all undone would be ineffective assistance of counsel, that his attorneys coerced him or grossly misadvised him. That's a lot to try to prove, or that he was severely mentally incompetent at the time he entered the plea, or that there was a fundamental defect in the colloquy itself. So I don't see this going anywhere, but you can just tell how much he hates being behind bars. I don't think this was the plan, and I think he's going to try anything to avoid that. But even if he does succeed, and he won't succeed, then it's game on again for a possible death penalty if they go to another trial.
It's interesting, Dave, because some of the families were very upset that the death penalty was taken off of the table by the prosecutor. And I also recall, and I'm trying to find where it was, if it was the judge or if it was one of the victim impact statements. I recall it being the judge, but I'm not completely for sure of that. Someone said to him at that proceeding that last time, you're going to go through that door and essentially we're never going to have to hear from you again. Well, here we are, Dave, having to hear from Bryan Kohberger again. And I just wonder what the effect is on these families who have been trying to mourn their loved ones under these circumstances.
Brianna, that's a great point. Hasn't he put these families through enough? I mean, look what he's done already. Now to suddenly claim innocence.
Yeah, I don't think this is going to go anywhere. Hopefully the judge is going to see straight through this, that he's just a spoiled fucking brat. And he's going to end up right back in the slammer where he belongs. This isn't going to move anywhere. But let's see. I think somebody said just now that I was being restreamed. Is that what they said? So I'm going to stop sharing this and I'm going to share something else. Y'all want me to share something else? I think I'm going to share something else. Because if you're restreaming me, then I wonder if you would let people see this. If you're restreaming me, boy, then tell me.
From the culture of the American and the uncommentary, come and make the switch.
What up, everybody?
Cultural choice.
What up, everybody? What up, everybody? How you doing, everybody? I'm back, you black raggedy motherfuckers, everybody. I'm back, everybody. Happy Memorial Day, you raggedy black assy motherfuckers, everybody. Look at my fucked up hairline, everybody. Look at it. Now, what's up, everybody? I'm not going to be on here too long, everybody. I just want to wish everybody a happy, what is it, Labor Day, everybody? Happy Labor Day. Happy Labor Day to my barber, everybody, because it's a labor to cut this fucked up hairline, everybody. Look at it. Look at it, everybody. Now, before I go, I just want to say shout out to everybody real quick, everybody. The phone number, everybody, is 818-850-5404, everybody. Call in real quick, everybody. Now, I'm not going to be on here too long, everybody. Just want to give everybody a shout out. Look at my hair. Y'all shamed me to cut my hair, everybody. I cut my hairline the other day, everybody, because my hairline was fucked up and everybody was clowning me, everybody. I cut my fucked up hairline, everybody. But the shit grew back, everybody. My hairline just grew back. My hairline is like Ebola. It won't go nowhere, everybody. It just keeps coming back, everybody. God damn, everybody. Now, let me take a couple of phone calls real quick before I get out of here, everybody. Hello, everybody. Who's calling, everybody?
Peace, it's Elevation, bro.
Hey, everybody. This is Tommy Puppet, everybody. How you doing, everybody?
Black man, hold on. I want to talk for real quick.
Hold on. You call back, Aaron. Don't talk for real, you raggedy black motherfucker. This is the Tommy Puppet Show, you raggedy son of a bitch. Don't you call in talking about you want to talk real, you sucker punk motherfucker. I hate you niggas. I hate you raggedy black motherfuckers. Call up here talking about you want to talk real, everybody. I don't play that shit. You know what, everybody? This is your boy Tommy. I didn't mean to say all that, everybody. That man wanted to talk real, everybody, and I went off on him, everybody, and that wasn't the right thing to do, everybody. I want to say I'm sorry, everybody. I should not have spoken that way to that young man, everybody. That was beneath me, everybody. I'm sorry, everybody. Look at my fucked up hairline, everybody. My hairline is fucked up, everybody. Look at it. Anyway, everybody, let's take a couple of more calls, everybody. I'm not going to be on here too long, everybody. I just wanted to let everybody know tomorrow I'm having a Labor Day barbecue and a volleyball game at the Struggle Mansion, everybody. It's going to be me, Eric Benet, and Keith Sweat, everybody. So I want everybody to come on down to the Struggle Mansion. Let's take one more phone call, everybody. What's up, everybody?
Hello.
Who is this, everybody?
How you doing?
Who is this, everybody?
Hello?
Wait a minute. Are you a white man, everybody?
No, man, no white guy here.
You sure you're not white? You sound white. This is a white man, everybody. Hold on, let me get my coon box, everybody. Hold on, let me get my coon box. I got my tap shoes. Let me start tap dancing for you, white man. I love white people, everybody. This is my tap box, everybody. Look at my tap shoes, everybody. I'm tap dancing for the white man, everybody. I love white people, everybody. Hold on, everybody. Let me get my tap on, everybody. I love the white man, everybody. Anyway, y'all, thank you. Thank you for calling, white man. You made my day, everybody. Boy, you made my day, everybody. Anyway, everybody, let me just go ahead and just give everybody a shout out. I just want everybody to come to my Labor Day party tomorrow, everybody. So let me get up out of here, everybody, and we'll be right back after these messages, everybody. Back again, everybody. I tricked you, motherfuckers. I'm not going nowhere, everybody. I lied. I bait views, everybody. I'm not going nowhere, you raggedy black motherfuckers. I ain't going nowhere, you raggedy motherfuckers, and fuck all you raggedy black bitches, everybody. I ain't going nowhere, everybody. I'm about to take another call, everybody. You raggedy son of a bitches. Hold on, everybody. Having technical difficulties, everybody. Hold on, everybody. Let's get another phone call, everybody. What's up, everybody? Who's calling?
Yes, I was calling to see how can I get the King Flex mixtape.
The King Flex mixtape? Oh, nigga, you know what? I played that shit on my page, everybody. I played that nigga's gangster shit from the 90s because, you know, that nigga threatened me, everybody. He threatened to beat me up, and I don't play games like that. I don't play, you know what? I rap better than that raggedy motherfucker, everybody. That nigga ain't shit. I can rap better than him. I can rap better than him. I got a new mixtape coming out, everybody. Let me bump y'all some of it right now. I'll perform it live, everybody. Look at my fucked up hairline, everybody. Look at it. Look at my tap shoes, everybody. I got raggedy tap shoes, everybody. I can flow. Let me get my raps going on right now, everybody. Here we go, everybody. Hold on. Hairline, fucked up. Struggle mansion, crispy, turd. I ain't shit. I hate black ass bitches. You niggas ain't shit. Fuck you. I'm crusty. I'm crispy. I'm a turd. Hey, I ain't shit. I got a fucked up hairline. Look at it. I ain't shit. Struggle mansion, punk ass motherfucker. That's who I am, Tommy. I ain't shit. I'm moist. I'm crispy. I'm a biter. I'm a snitch. I get fucked up in the ass by queens. I'm a whole ass bitch nigga. Oh yeah. In the struggle mansion. Oh, that's my shit. It's coming out, everybody. That shit's coming out on Geffen Records. I'm large, everybody. Look at my tap shoes, everybody. Look at my motherfucking tap.
Sorry. I'm sorry. My cheeks hurt so bad. My dog is going crazy in the background. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, player one. Don't tell on me. Don't tell on me. I was trying to ignore. I was trying. But I was done with my notes. And so I kept coming off of the notes section. And I came back into the chat. Oh my God. Oh my God, you guys. I'm sorry. I said I wasn't going to play no more of them videos, right? I was just going to keep it educational. But when he said he was restreaming, or someone said, I was like, well, damn, well, if you restreaming, then I got to give you something to restream. Oh my God. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, player one. Thank you. Thank you for helping me set up my alibi. Because I know I'm going to get in trouble. If not by Fatty, then by my husband, because I know he heard. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. Thank you so much, J Smoke. Wake up. He sent me 10 jewels of 10 gold coins. Thank you. Oh my God, that works. Thank you so much for my Cash App the other day. Let me play this for you, sir. Let's get this back on a good track. But thank you for my Cash App. If you see my post where I shot you out, I'm already getting in trouble by Ali's audience because I called it a generous Cash App. But I appreciate you so much for thinking of me. This is for you, sir. Okay. Yay, you saw it. Thank you. Yeah, I want to make you guys feel important because you guys are important to me. I appreciate y'all showing up with me. I don't care if it's 4 people, okay? I appreciate you watching me for however many people are in the chat, for however long I'm on here. I appreciate all of the support, and I hope that I make you all proud, okay? I'm sorry that I get a little petty sometimes, okay? I do my part in trying to stay out of the drama. But it's like, it always comes this way. It always comes towards me. I don't know why. I don't know why. I'm just covering what's happening on the internet. But anyway, yeah. So on the last video that I showed, a sentiment, Tariq had referred to him as Tommy Soda Moisture. And I thought that was so funny. I thought that was so funny. Like he clearly got it in the bag. Okay, Tariq, he got all the funny jokes. Yeah, he's a funny guy, right? Tommy is a funny guy. Funny, not ha-ha, but funny like, ooh, that's a little funny. That's a little funny. That's a little funny. Oh my God. But yeah, I appreciate you all for being here. Tommy says nobody watches me. I think he thinks that that's hurting my feelings, but it isn't, because this is who usually always follows me. Like this is my little crew. This is, it's y'all. It's y'all in the chat. Hey, Sharon, it's good to see you. Thanks for watching me, Sharon. Thanks for watching me. Thank you for watching me, Kennard. Thank you for watching me. I appreciate all of you guys being here, okay? Willing to win. Thank you for watching me. But this white lady has to go cook dinner, okay? It is 8:47. I'm going to make myself a cute little cucumber salad, okay? Because I'm on a diet. So that will happen. And then I will see you all hopefully on Friday. I'll be able to work with the Untouchables for the super panel. So you guys will see me there. Sharon, I hope you're back on Friday because you had a lot of smoke today. I hope that doesn't mean that I won't see you over on the Untouchable Network. But if you ever have a late show, I will definitely love to click your link. The only reason why I don't click your link is because I'm watching you from work in the morning. So I'm unable to do so. I'm staying away from avocados. I'm staying away from avocados and bananas because they make you fat. Okay? They make you fat. Maybe not you, because you're a man and you guys have better hormones and all that. But for ladies who are coming up in age that are watching their waist, the avocado toast, the banana, got to stay away from them. Okay, I got to stay away. I got to eat more watery fruits, okay? Because my ass is getting fat, okay? And not in a good way. Not in a good way. But yeah, I just came back from the Bahamas, was eating all the conch I could eat, eating all the Bahama mamas I could drink, and I just need to slow down. So I'm going to make myself a salad, drink myself a water, draw myself a very hot bath, okay, with the Epsom salt and the bubbles. And then I'm going to go to bed. Okay, my son goes back to school next week. He's going into the 11th grade. He's driving. I'm so excited for him. So I'm excited for the new year. I'm excited. I'm just excited to say goodbye to the summer and get my health back together. Okay, no avocado, no banana, no carbs, except for corn tortilla on Friday night at the Mexican restaurant. Okay, in Forsyth County. I will be hanging out in Forsyth County this weekend. Very much will be. But I'm joking. I will not be in Forsyth County. I will be very far away from Forsyth County because that's where the coons live for the most part. But you didn't hear that from me. Thank you, Kennard. It was really fun. My vacation was so fun. I got to swim with the piggies. I don't know if you guys follow me on Instagram, but if you do, you'll be able to see me and my family holding the little piggies. They were so fun. They were so cute. If you ever go to the Bahamas, you definitely have to do that excursion, swimming with the pigs. It was really fun. Next time we go back, I think we'll swim with the dolphins. But until then, my friends, it was cool hanging out with you. I really want to know what you guys think at the end of this video. You know, it was how many cases? It was 3 different cases. We talked about YG, we talked about Chrisean, and we talked about this dude, Bryan Kohberger, with all the audacity in the world. And it's, you know, they're all 3 very different cases, but they all have one thing in common, and that is public opinion is moving much faster between us than the justice system, right? Especially if we were to add Nolan Wells into this, but I'm not going to talk about Nolan Wells until we get a bit more information about what's happening from the case. But whether it's YG, Chrisean Rock, or Bryan Kohberger, social media often reaches a verdict before investigators or judges or attorneys do, or basically the court, you know? So which case do you all think has the biggest twist still ahead? I'm voting for Chrisean. You know, I think, you know, is there more to this whole Ronnie Doe investigation with Chrisean? You know, is there more to come? You know, it seemed kind of ominous, the message that her friend was sending her through YouTube when he was saying, you know, I don't know what you did, baby girl, but they done painted you into a corner. And I don't know what corner that is, but you in a corner, they got you in a corner. So I think that the case with the biggest twist is not this YG. It's not this Bryan Kohberger. It's actually Chrisean. You know, I think her dysfunction hit a new low, you know, and we've seen just a hint of that dysfunction with her and her child. So I think the twist ahead is going to be this Chrisean Rock case or not. We'll see. But thank you all for watching. Thank you, Pat Eat Tree Tweet. Pat, okay. Pat Eat Twirl 73 MBD. I'm sorry, that name is hard to pronounce, but I'm gonna screen grab this here because I'm gonna need to put you on my post tomorrow, on my community post. But thank you so much. He says, or she says, 3 cases show the devil is real and busy. Ooh, I like that. Yes, thank you for your $2 super chat. Let me play this for you. I love that one so much. I hope that you guys like that one too. But that's it for my show tonight, you all. Look out for 2. I guess I won't be able to do 3 videos since Tommy came in and ruined my commentary on the 3rd. video that we covered today, but I'll be dropping 2 videos from today's show tomorrow or Friday. And then on Friday, you guys will see me hopefully on the Untouchable Network for the Super Panel. So stay tuned for that Friday night. And then if not, if you don't see me on Friday, then you guys meet me back here on Monday at 6:30 for the Rose Report. Okay? I love all of you. Let me run through all of the donations and memberships. Thank you, Pat. Thank you, J Smoke, for the jewels. Thank you, E305MDC, for being a member for 4 months. Thank you to Batman 4011 for being a new member to the channel. Love you, brother. Thank you so much for supporting the Rose Garden. I'm trying. I'm trying to be like you and Fatty with a cool background. So I'm working on it. Okay. I'm trying to blend in my house decor with my streaming decor. It's hard. Okay. But thank you for being encouraging and for putting out great content too. And thank you to Player One for being a member for 7 months. You are dope. Keep doing your thing, okay? I love all of your creations, especially when I'm one of them, one of your AI creations. So thank you for sending me that AI video of me. I think it was a week before last. That was super cool. All my friends were like, oh, that's so cool. How'd you do that? I'm like, I did it. My friend Player One did. Thank you, CEO, for being a member for 8 months. If you haven't hit the like button, please hit the like button on your way in or your way out. It helps the channel grow and it helps the algorithm. And why not Sentiment FC sent some jewels. Thank you so much for my jewels. I'm so excited. This is my first broadcast where I'm able to show jewels. And then Joe Blaze, one of my IG friends, sent me 30 jewels earlier of a flower. I appreciate you so much. I can't wait to rewatch this so I can see the jewels fall into the chat. So thank you all so much for doing that. And last but not least, What Now 23G, thank you so much for the $4.99 super chat. I appreciate you so much. All of you all helping the garden grow, whether watching, subscribing, or liking the platform, or sending cash apps or super chats. Let me check the cash app so I can thoughtfully close out the show without forgetting anyone. No cash apps. Well, hold on. I was in my other cash app. I got 3 cash apps. No cash apps. But I appreciate all of you all who have donated, subscribed, or liked the show tonight. I'm sorry that I was a little bad when Tommy was in the chat. I'll try to do better at minding my mouth and my manners. But don't fuck with me, okay? All right, don't fuck with me. And keep calling me a white lady. And I'm gonna talk about the one that almost had you kill yourself. Okay? Tommy, I know you got a thing for white ladies, but I can't be your white lady. I cannot be your white lady. Okay? Need to get the hell on with that shit. I mean, really. And the lady with the red dress. There was a movie about the lady in red. That was actually a good movie. And The Devil Wears Prada. That was a good movie too. But whatever. I love you all so much. I'll be sweet to each other in these chat rooms all over the place. Ouch. Ouch. I'm sorry. I don't know, Delancey. I don't know. And it's really no point in blocking him because he has like 19 different channels. So it's just like, we just have to learn to ignore. We have to get better at ignoring. I'm going to work on it. I'm going to definitely say a prayer tonight. I'm going to definitely say a prayer tonight for myself. I'm going to repent. Okay. Oh my God. Come on. love y'all. I love everybody. Snow, dust, rain, like ice. I love all y'all. All right. Y'all be sweet. I will see y'all on Friday. If not on Friday, on Monday. Be sweet to each other. Protect yourselves. Guard your grill if you live in Forsyth. Okay, no. Scratch that. Don't guard your grill in Forsyth. Keep your grill open and available. You might catch some fish or you might catch some hands. Okay. I'm just playing. Okay. Bye, y'all. Good night. Peace out.